Welcome in, everybody. How are you all doing today? It is finally here, the Madden 22 Team Draft. For the first time ever, we are doing it live and on stream. So really excited. Everyone is going to have 5 minutes. We are going to contact everyone via DMs on Twitter from the official NEFL account. When we are going to give you a heads up and say you're on deck, your pick is coming up, and then we will let you know when it is officially your pick. You are able to call in and join if you would like to the via Discord voice channel. We are able to do that. You are able to make your pick live on air. That way, we will ask you that when you're on deck. So that's definitely a cool element. Also, we will be DMing you. If you do not respond to the DM and your time runs out, we will skip you. And then we, once you make contact with us, that is when you will be placed back in line. So make sure you do have your Twitter DMs open, and keeping an eye out for those. So starting the stream off, Judge Judy Slayer, love the game. Thank you for the follow. Redbox, thank you for the follow as well. Kilbride, subbing for the 7th month in a row. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you once again. Not needed, but greatly appreciated. Let's see. Alright. So, Raider Dude, he has been on the technical clock for just over a week now. But he is still technically not officially on the clock until right at 5 o'clock. So, whew. Alright. The way we are going to be able to go back and forth between the NEFL database as well. So you will be able to see that updated in real time. That way you know who is in what division and who is going where, so you can base your pick off of that as well. I will make sure to keep that updated immediately as picks start to come in. We do have a couple cool features, and then also as teams get picked, they will be coming off of this area where they are and showing up to where they go, covering the game, and that is why we have the bar scrolling at the bottom with the order, and also why the database will be updated. So I think that really covers all of the bases. I do want to introduce my co-host and a guy who's been a huge help putting this together and getting this to really run. Primetime. He is picking 6 overall. New legend this year from this past cycle. Let me know how his sound is, if I need to turn him up, turn him down, what be it. One Rocky, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Also, if you guys have a Twitch name that does not align with your name in the NEFL and you want to let me know who you are more than welcome to do that. Alright. What did I want to add here? Alright. So there's that. We're doing good there. So, we get set up here. Raiders picking. Broncos and M21 welcoming. What's up, Frank? Thank you for the follow earlier last week. Okay. Dre, what is up? Welcome in. How are we all doing? This is a huge crowd. You love to see everyone coming out for the first time that we've ever done this. Definitely excited. And then hopefully everyone... Ooh, Frank, you followed again. Thank you. Well, hey, he does have a flair of the dramatic. And I actually have not heard from him, so we will be there. Moose, welcome in. Thank you, sir. We are picking third. Have a good feeling that I will get who I want. So, who does everyone think is going to be the first pick? I know Rader's been pretty quiet about who he wants. Yeah, I mean, he's usually a pretty quiet person anyways, so, not surprised there, especially the first time he's ever had the first pick. Alright, and with it being 5 o'clock, he is officially on the clock. 5 minutes until he gets skipped. So we got a pick for KC, the Jacks. Zach Wilson's throw power is unbelievable. Wouldn't be surprised if he went there. The Rams, maybe. That's interesting. Interesting. I've not heard any of the Rams talk being a top pick here. Yeah, no. That would surprise me if he went KC. That is. Justin Fields looks like an absolute stud to build off of. You've got Roquan Smith on the defensive side of things. Let's see. Definitely going to Detroit. I don't think he's doing that. Yeah, I think the Rams are gonna fall. It is in. The pick is in. And with the first pick in the NEFL Madden 22 Team Draft, he is going to the Windy City of Chicago and taking Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. Yes. So with that, Raider is heading to Chicago. Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith anchor that defense. Justin Fields is going to be a stud. He really did a lot with Elijah Coleman in Tampa in Madden 22. So I'm not surprised that he's going Justin Fields in 22. Raider has a 72 win percentage, 3-0 in Super Bowls. How many is he going to bring to Chicago? And Ryan Day, after just a couple years at OSU, is making the jump to Chicago. Captain Swags, 1-0 tonight. Going to bed. Well, I don't recommend going to bed before you pick. And the... So Hussein is insane is on the clock. Yeah. Yes, if you were not aware of this pick, I don't know where you've been for the last few weeks, because he, like Prime has said, he's made this abundantly clear. And with the second pick in the NEFL Madden 22 Team Draft, he will be going to his favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. Lofty expectations after following Jeff out to the desert there. But that is going to be an extremely fun team to play with. You've got Kyler Murray, Budda Baker, Isaiah Simmons, obviously. And Hussein is a guy that has had a lot of success in his short time here. Yeah, I mean that is the epitome of a really fun Madden team. Definitely a ton of young pieces mixed in with some veteran talent. That defense with Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, anchoring the D line is going to be a fun one to play with. And Hussein is a guy that came in last cycle. Played all 8 seasons and won 5 division titles, so he's gonna have some lofty expectations. He didn't win a Super Bowl, but we'll see if he gets that done in cycle number 2 for him. I am on the clock, and this is something that I have I've gone back and forth a lot with, but it is it is hard to not take my favorite team, especially this past season cycle, going with the best team available, going Baltimore, taking Lamar. That was extremely fun. Taking him and using him all season. Him, J.K. Dobbins, that offense was just a blast. This time we are going to try and rebuild the Patriots dynasty, and we are going to New England, taking over the Mac Jones and Damian Harris show. So excited to get to work. I'm sure that is going to be a huge shock to everyone, though. Whoa. Yeah. I had to go my team. I'm a big New England fan. All of my teams outside of Michigan State are the Boston teams. It was going to take me too much to become a Buffalo Bill guy in the league, and joke around with Bills Mafia for a year. I couldn't do that. Yeah, no worries about it though. He is. Yeah, I'm texting back him. I'm texting him right now. Or he might join us on Discord. All right, never mind. He said I can go ahead and reveal it. Checking the comments really quick. I saw a question mark. Can you make pick us? Or is it two? I don't know what you mean, VFL. If you want to possibly specify a little bit more. Alright, so his pick is in with the fourth pick, and for the first time ever in the league, he is picking not first. So he is going to take over the New York Jets, Zach Wilson, and head to Broadway. So back-to-back AFC East teams come off the board. That is definitely going to be a very difficult division for me right off of the back. The pick is okay. Okay, I get what you're saying, VFL. I can do that. Alright. So, Jeff, obviously known as one of the best team builders ever in the NEFL. I mean, he always turns nothing into something. So not surprised that he followed a rookie quarterback. He definitely really enjoys doing that. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Yeah, I mean, I think every year he's kind of like me, where he'll always tease the Saints pick. He'll always look at them. It's hard to go against your favorite team. They are in a very, they're in a really tough situation. So, yeah, I mean, anytime you have a guy like Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, you can definitely turn something out of that. Especially last cycle, he took. Oh, can't hear Prime. Last cycle he took Arizona, and his first trade was moving DeAndre Hopkins, which is just wild. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, well, we are going to probably take the full 5 minutes here for the first time. Haven't heard anyone. Hey. That's weird because it is coming up on my. Alright, let's see. Alright, try saying something now. Huh. Well. Yes. This is really interesting. Because, like, in my audio mixer for OBS, it's coming in that you're talking. I betcha. Alright, say something now. Oh. Now I can't hear you. Say something now.
Hello, hello.
Alright, how about that? Does anyone hear that?
Can you all hear me now? Hey.
Okay, perfect.
Looks like we got it good to go.
Alright.
And yeah, Nightblade's not getting skipped. His pick is already in. We were just fixing audio.
Alright, and the pick is in.
And I have been talking about all these picks in the past 4 rounds, so you guys just missed all that fun.
Yes, my apologies. Alright, so we'll do that. We moved the pick is in a little bit. And let me go. Alright. Wow, and with the pick is in. So Nightblade is also going to a division that has already come off the board. He is heading to San Francisco. He is taking over Trey Lance and a very good defense. Gotta say, this is a great pick for him. Trey Lance is going to be a lot of fun. That division is going to be a lot of fun to watch with Hussein and Nightblade, two of our better owners. Not surprised to see the 49ers come off the board early.
Now, I'm not surprised they come off early. I'm just surprised he took them. You know, I talked to him about picks and all that, and that was not what I was expecting. But good for him. Lance is going to be a fun-ass QB to have. And that team is solid. They don't have picks for a few years, and their secondary is a little iffy. But beyond that, that's a great pick.
Yeah. That's I played with San Francisco a couple times. I think once against you, and I told you right away. I was like, I really liked the way they felt, and it's not surprised that they're the 5th team taking off the board. And with all that said, we have you next on the clock.
This is far from what I was expecting. I had 3 picks all tied in first place, and they are all there. So, with that being said, I am going to take over the Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, Cleveland Browns.
And there you have it.
Lamar was tons of fun to play with, but I think overall, I think I'll enjoy the Browns a little bit more. I think they're more well-rounded, and yeah, exactly. Someone just said it. Chubb is OP, and I enjoy the run game, and I'm not the biggest fan of J.K. Dobbins, so.
Well, this is not lining up nicely. Okay, that's a little better.
And my good friend Ball That Dangles already put the emoji he knows. He said he's picking into my division, so he's getting that Steelers or the Bengals pick ready. So I'm ready for that too.
Yes, very good pick. Baker, fun young quarterback, definitely a cycle-long quarterback, and also, like you said, Nick Chubb is OP. I cannot believe you said that about J.K. Dobbins, though. He was one of my favorite players from last year, and I feel like he only got better. So definitely shocked at that.
I liked him. It's just when I've been playing head-to-heads as the Ravens, I just haven't been able to get any momentum with him. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I would have played with him more, could have been different, but we'll never know.
Well, there you have it. First team from the AFC North coming off the board. Let's reset that clock and take that pick away because I missed that. Apologies, as this is obviously the first time doing it. So, any of the technical difficulties, my apologies for that.
And it looks like we're going to have our first person joining in the Discord with us. I do believe he needs an invite to the Discord channel if you want to swing him that. But he did say he is going to be joining us.
Alright. Who...
Warrior is up next.
Perfect. Alright. Let's get that taken care of. I believe I... To copy... And... Alright. So we are going to have our first live interview. This is exciting. Obviously, we made both of our picks live. And then... just get him situated and get him ready to go. Yeah, so Warrior came in as the Packers last cycle, had a pretty successful cycle. A lot of playoff appearances. And let's do this. And let's take a look as to see where guys have gone so far. So in the AFC North, you have Primetime as the Browns, Raider Dude as the Bears over in the NFC North. No teams from either the AFC or NFC South have been taken. 2 of the AFC East teams have been taken, with myself going to New England and Jeff heading to the New York Jets. No teams from the NFC East have been taken, and another 2 teams so far have been taken from the NFC West, with Hussein and Nightblade heading to the Cardinals and 49ers respectively.
So while we wait for the Discord to get fixed up, Warrior is in there. You can go ahead and drag him in. Hello, Warrior. How's it going, brother? You are muted if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself.
Warrior. Alright. Okay, so he actually said that he has a setting that he needs to change, so we will wait for him to do that.
Alright, while we wait on that, I'll ask the question that I was going to ask. What's the biggest shocker in the top 6 for you so far?
For me, personally, or are you asking the audience?
Both, either.
I gotta say, me personally, I'm kind of surprised that Nightblade went to the 49ers. To be sitting at pick number 7 and still have the likes of Kansas City and Baltimore left out there is absolutely wild, in my opinion. I don't think you'll see many leagues with that happening.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely thought the Ravens were going to go top 4. Yeah. But then again, when you think about it, the players in the top 4, I don't think any of them would have picked the Ravens. So it's just one of those things where it all was because of where people landed is why they weren't taken.
Yeah. Lot of people saying the Patriots going top 5. Not surprised. I honestly think they would probably be somewhere in the 18 to 25 range if I didn't pick them, or if anyone else that isn't a Patriots fan down the line. I talked to you a lot about your pick at 6, but I didn't really talk to anyone else in that legend tier as to where people were thinking of going.
Yeah. Now, I kind of knew you were going to go towards the Patriots just because of the conversations we had, but not going to lie, it was hard to pass up on the Bills. I didn't talk about my other two teams. It was the Bills and the Ravens. So I had Bills, Ravens, and Browns all in my top three, and all of them I would have been happy with. And to be honest, I almost took the Bills, but at the end of the day, I went Browns.
Yeah, we definitely talked a lot. I mean, setting this up and talking a lot about where you thought people were going. And I didn't want to tip my hat to let people know that I knew where people were going. But you seemed to pull away like you really wanted the Browns. I want to say it was like a week ago, and I knew that's where you wanted to go as at that point.
Yeah, before Madden 22 came out, I kind of even put Browns in my not going to happen, not going to make it out of the top 4 team. And then once rumors started coming out of where people were going and it wasn't Browns, that's when I was really like, damn, I'm about to get this team.
Yeah, I mean, there's with the Bears, the Patriots, and the Jacks being 3 less desirable teams, it makes things a lot more interesting down the line, and for some of the legends and the mid teens as to what those picks are going to be.
Right.
Yep. Hey, hello, Warrior. How's it going, brother?
Good. How about you, man?
Good. We can hear you, and it is your pick. So let's talk about it. What are you thinking? Before you say your pick, kind of give us a little bit of background of what picks you were thinking about and all that kind of stuff.
You bet. All right. Yeah. So I was looking for a team that I could build, but I'm not going to lie, it's hard to pass up when you have your favorite team out there too. So it's kind of looking at the combination of the two. The team that I was looking at was one that has some good young talent, and there's definitely going to be some big contracts coming up. But I like a lot of the things that they're about. I was looking for a team that had a mobile quarterback and a team that had a pretty decent defense too. So that was what I had in mind when I was trying to make my pick.
So when you say mobile quarterback, decent defense, only one team comes to mind. Give us it. Where are you going?
I'm going with my favorite team in real life, the Baltimore Ravens.
There it is.
Very
Me and him
nice.
are gonna be rivals in the division. The
That's right,
Browns and
brother.
the Ravens.
Back-to-back teams from the AFC North. Congrats on getting the Ravens. I can tell you firsthand that is an extremely fun team to play with. A lot of talent all over that team.
Yeah, it's a fun team, and if I get waxed, then you know what? At least it's with my favorite team, so it's a win-win for me.
See, exactly the same thought process.
Cool.
All right. And so what were, obviously the Ravens were your favorite team. What were some of the other teams that it kind of came down to?
Yeah, so I had a number of teams on my list. Probably not surprisingly, a number of those teams already got taken. So the Cardinals were up there, the 49ers were up there, the Bears were up there. The other ones that were on there that haven't been picked yet were the Bills Mafia, the Jaguars. I think they're pretty intriguing with the pieces that they have. And then kind of the fallback was going to be the Chiefs. They obviously are super talented, but same time, there's going to be some big contracts, and that's one I think that the window, at least at the start, is going to be fairly short. That's going to have to be somebody that's ready to perform now, but we'll see. I mean, those were all options, and I think I would have been happy either way. But the Ravens were number one on my list, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
Oh, that's awesome. So it seems through 7 picks so far that everyone has gotten their number one choice. Which is always good to see.
What you were saying though is, I can't believe the Jags haven't been picked up yet. That's one thing. Trevor Lawrence, I know that team. Like in my opinion, I would have taken the Jags over the Jets, but they're both in for a rebuild. But I think Trevor Lawrence has a better future than the Jets. But hey, Jeff knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is one team that I'm definitely surprised that they haven't gone yet.
And whoever gets that's going to be happy. They got a lot of talent and a lot of room to grow in terms of the salary cap.
Exactly. And we have 2 responses for the next 2 people. They are not going to be joining us for the interview. So if you want to stick around, talk with us, hang out, you definitely can.
The wife just came in, so I think I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it, fellas.
Yeah, enjoy the Ravens, brother. I'll see you on the field.
All right, take care, guys.
Alrighty, Jay Johnson's pick is in. He unfortunately will not be joining us on the interview, but his pick is in.
Do you have that on Discord?
Yeah, so I'll just announce it.
Okay, perfect.
And with the 8th pick, are we on 8? Yes, with the 8th pick, Jay Johnson is taking Washington football team.
Wow.
Yes, another shocker.
That is definitely surprising. Did not expect them to go so early. Is Jay is he a Washington fan?
Now, from what I've talked to him a good amount this off season, me and him have been playing a lot of head-to-heads. From what I understand, he's picking this for a reason, and I'll get into it soon. Just don't want to spoil anything quite yet. But there is a reason he went that team, from what I understand.
Oh, interesting. So little mystery to keep it going. And Bryce is on the clock.
And he is another no-go on the interview, but his pick is in as well. But if we don't want to speed this up too quick, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. He's tweeted about it about 15,000 times, posted in Discord. Everyone knows who he wants.
Yeah,
so
I think this was another one that was pretty clear from the get-go. And yeah, I don't think there's any reason to really drag this on.
Yep, and that's exactly why Jay took the Washington football team, because he wanted to be against the Cowboys. And that is the pick of Hoodie. He is going to the Cowboys at pick number 9.
Back-to-back NFC East teams for the second straight back-to-back, or third time that 2 teams from the same division have gone back-to-back. So interesting note there. All right, let's get this updated, and then we will. All right. So Giovanni is on the clock, the Saints owner from this past cycle. I honestly think Kansas City or the Chargers are probably the move here. He's made it known that he wanted a more stable quarterback situation, and I think both of those teams make sense for him. What are your thoughts on that?
Are you talking about the Steelers or the Cowboys?
No, I was talking about Giovanni's pick, because he was the Saints last cycle, and he had a ton of quarterback issues. So I was thinking, maybe Kansas City, maybe the Chargers, kind of someone that has a stable quarterback situation for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's made that clear that he wants a stable quarterback. I think he's even mentioned that on Twitter or Discord a few times. But he did make the Saints work. They weren't in the best situation at times, but they were never in the worst either. They were always a above average team, and he led that there. Yeah. So I think no matter what team he takes, I think he's solid. But having an elite quarterback from day one will help him get to where he wants to be quicker, for sure.
Absolutely. All right, and I feel like it's a good time to...
He is getting in Discord. He is going to be doing an interview. I think he just needs an invite.
Perfect. Pull up. Where are we at there? Copy that link. Alright. And for anyone that is looking to join the Discord and join the make it onto a call, I'm going to put the Discord invite into the team draft, into the NEFL Discord. So you guys can do that as well ahead of time, if you know that you want to pick. And then once you do enter, you will just join the Discord and jump into the backdrop, and then I'll pull you onto the first tee. Giovanni, welcome.
How's it going, man? We cannot hear you if you are talking.
Correct. Oh. Some more technical difficulties, which is just fine.
With that being said, while we wait on him, there are some crazy good teams that have dropped into after the top 10. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas City, I don't know if there's another league that they're going to drop below, pick 4, pick 5.
Yeah, and talking about the Bills from earlier, the Packers, I understand they have a tricky situation with Rodgers, but still a very good team. Just surprises to me, and I didn't expect Jags to drop this far either.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned the Packers. I think the Packers are a great situation. They have a really solid team outside of Rodgers, and you could trade Rodgers day one and use Bryce Love for the entire cycle and be set at quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see if he is in chat.
And while we're waiting, VFL, are you still in the Twitch stream? Because if so, please check Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Get a ransom for Aaron Rodgers, who's probably going to last, half the cycle at least. Especially because something that hasn't been talked about really publicly, but going to the 17-game schedule, that could possibly mean that we're not going to get the 8 seasons in. We might only get 7 seasons into a Madden cycle now.
Especially with the extra week of regular season.
Yeah, and especially now that we're not starting when the week 1 rosters come out. It might be a week after, it might be 2 weeks after. We are talking about EA Sports now. And Giovanni is back in. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We can't hear you if you're talking.
Well,
unfortunately, I think we are going to have to move on and just announce his pick, as it is still not working. Now, I love the enthusiasm. Typically we stop at 8 seasons, but I know even this past year, the dog months of Madden, that June, July, when it's nice weather for the entire country and you want to be outside doing things, it is tough to get games in. So, if we get 8 seasons, I'll be happy. but I wouldn't surprise me at all to only get 7 seasons in going forward.
I think it all depends. We had a few seasons this cycle where it didn't take any time at all. We had some seasons that took 2 times as long as the last. So I think it all just depends on how motivated everyone is to get their games in and all that kind of stuff.
And that's, like I said, like, you know, the dog days of Madden, that May, June, July, when it's nice out, you don't want to be stuck playing Madden games. You want to be outside doing shit. You want to go, you know, do whatever you guys like to do. I like to golf, so.
All right, we are well past our 5 minutes. Unfortunately, Giovanni, we are going to have to submit the pick. If you want to announce it in the Twitch stream or something in the chat, we can do that, but we do need to get going.
We'll give him a second, and if not... Alright, and with the 10th pick in the draft, Giovanni, just like I thought, is shoring up that quarterback situation, and he is taking Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes.
The cheat codes themselves, Bazooka with Tyreek Hill. I mean, how could you not? How could this fall? That's a big shock to me. I know I didn't want to take them because I didn't want to rely too heavily on Tyreek and Mahomes, but wow.
They falling all the way to 10 has to be a dream come true. He had a lot of those quarterback issues. Getting Patrick Mahomes puts an end to that immediately, and he is going to be set for the cycle. All right, and let's with that, the top 10 is done. Let's take a look as to what the current league looks like. All right, that's not how you do it. So AFC North, we have Prime in Cleveland. Warrior, it took over Baltimore, so we have 2 teams from there. Still only Raider dude in the NFC North with the Bears. No one has touched a team in the NFC South, which is kind of surprising. You know, Tampa's got a solid core. You know, obviously you have to replace Tom Brady at some point. No teams from the AFC South. You know, Jacksonville sliding with Trevor Lawrence a little bit surprises me, but I think they will definitely be scooped up here within the next couple of picks.
I mean, once again, the Jags are a project. I mean, I know you got Trevor Lawrence, but at the end of the day, they are a project, and not everyone is up for that. So I could see them slip, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. AFC East, you have myself as the Patriots and Jeff down in New York City as the Jets. NFC East, you now have 2 teams. You have Bryce in Dallas, and Jay took over the Washington football team. And then no team, or that is not coming up correctly. The Chiefs just going off the board to Giovanni, and then the NFC West still has Hussein and Nightblade. Lot of interesting matchups so far this year. Yes, and you are correct. The Jets do play in Jersey. As someone that lives in central New York, it is absolutely hilarious. Go ahead, Prime.
I was just going to say, I was going to respond to what Giovanni put in the chat. Yes, Packers do have a cap situation. I do believe I read on Twitter or somewhere that year 1, you have to either trade Aaron Rodgers or you can't sign Devontae Adams the next year. So it's 100% where you're going. It's if you want to take Rodgers and try to win year 1, then you're going to sacrifice your year 2.
I mean, in a situation like this, I think you have to build for the future, and you have to build for that long term. And you've got to just trade Rodgers away. You have, especially that backfield, you've got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon that you can lean on. Devontae Adams. I just don't know how you don't trade Rodgers right away.
I agree. Unless you really, really want to get that Super Bowl ring year one, Rodgers got to go. Yeah. But I have played with Rodgers, and he is a beast in Madden, man. He's fun to play with. So it's hard to trade him, but you just know since this is a long season cycle, you got to get rid of him.
Yeah. All right. And up next with the 11th pick, rounding out our legend status tier, we have VFL. He was split time between the 49ers and the Browns this past cycle. Good user. And let's see where he goes. It looks like the pick is in. Pull up the Twitter. And it's one of those teams that we've talked a lot about that we were kind of surprised. And they go kind of right where I kind of thought they would. And it's Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne. Got a couple weapons at wide receiver as well with DJ Chark. So yeah, VFL is heading down to Florida and heading to Jacksonville. And that's a great pickup for him.
Yeah, I don't find this as too big of a surprise. The biggest surprise is the fact that the Jags are there, not that VFL took them. I did not expect them to make it out of top 4. I didn't expect them to make it anywhere near where they're at. But yeah, like I said, it's a rebuild. It's definitely a rebuild. But you have a fun ass quarterback to help you out with that. So.
Yes. Jeff cannot be with us. He's dealing with real life shit, obviously. Frank, yes, Travis is out for the year in real life, but we do not start with pre-existing injuries on, so he will have Travis Etienne right away when we start the league up. And we are through just about a third of the way, and it is 45 minutes in. So we are doing perfect on time.
And with that, the legends are done. We are through the legends. We are now on to the next tier, which is returning legends, being Funk and Anti. There are some solid teams for the returning legends. They are definitely getting good teams here. People that I didn't expect were the Chargers, Bills, Packers. All great teams. I did not expect to make it this far, but here we are.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of really good Madden teams this year. A lot of teams have the young guy at quarterback, receivers that are skillful that need to build up a little bit. And
I don't know if. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know where I was going with that, so you take it away.
Oh, Funk is in the Discord. He just needs to drag down, and we can talk about the next pick.
Welcome in. It looks like you are muted and deafened. Yeah. Well, the Panthers, another team that's just kind of they might not be good in the NFL this year, but they're probably going to be a pretty solid Madden team. You've got Christian McCaffrey, you've got DJ Moore on offense. That defense has a couple of studs. You've got Derek Brown. Definitely interested to see where the Panthers fall. Funk, are you
guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, we can hear you.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to the NFL, brother. How have you been?
Thanks, man. Been good. I gotta say, returning legends are legends too. It's in the name. You said we're done with legends.
let's be honest. You're just not as good as us. You couldn't make it here, so. But you are a legend. You made that Raiders team what it was last year. It was the most fun I've ever had on a Madden team. So, with that being said, are you going to do it again this year? You gonna win some more Super Bowls?
I'd like to think so. I will say, given the team I've got here that I'm likely taking, I'm surprised they fell for one, and it's going to be a different situation. I'll be taking. Doesn't look like there's any young quarterbacks available now. They were all taken by the time I got up here. But surprised to see this team fall, and I think I have to take them. They were top 5 on my list, so I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. I'll be in the same division with Jeff and Ted, and it's going to be a fun year.
There it is. The Bills finally fall off, and that is going to be quite the division, and I feel bad for Spartan.
Yeah, can I go back? Can I change my pick?
Yeah, I mean, this is no surprise. I don't know how the Bills made it here. They were my number 1 for the longest time. Once again, just got passed by the Browns recently, so I didn't expect them to fall this far. But the fact that they went number 11 is crazy.
Really shocking for me, honestly. I had no clue they'd be here. I was looking at teams like, the Bears or the Niners, hoping one of them would fall, and I get to play with the quarterback. But right now, this salary cap issue is going to be tough to manage, and the roster building probably won't be as fun, but I'll be ready to play day one.
Now, did you see that trade that we posted today? It was Diggs and Josh Allen to the Lions for 3 firsts and 3 seconds. Would that be something you would do?
Are we negotiating on it?
It was just the craziest trade I've ever seen in my life.
I'm open to it. I wouldn't mind selling off for some draft picks and having some fun with the rebuild, because I'm going to be hamstrung. I think I know that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to need a rebuild with that team, though. Josh Allen,
it's like $250, right? $260.
It is a lot. He's the highest. He got the highest guaranteed of any quarterback in history, I believe, if I am remembering correctly.
And I think that's why they fell. So I'm happy to take him, but it definitely is going to be. I'll have to get creative with the roster management over time.
Yeah, but you have the second strongest throw power quarterback, or is he the first?
He's number 1. I think he's number 1.
Yeah, he's number 1, and he has escape artist. He's a beast. You alone can take that team with him alone, with no wide receivers, and make it work. So
I'm optimistic.
What were your backup picks?
I was looking at the Chargers potentially. I was hoping the Jags. I really wanted to do the full rebuild. Trevor Lawrence, the fact they fell this far would have been crazy. The Cowboys were on the board just for Zeke. The Ohio State allure alone really got me there. And I'll be honest, in getting the game, I'm a Bengals fan. I'm like a hardcore, diehard Bengals fan. And Joe Burrow's throw power is 86, and that is not really playable, in my opinion. So I couldn't do it as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, I would say if his throw power was minimum 88, you could make that work. But I don't think anything under 87, 88 is very fun, to say the least.
It's like 8 yards and under, right? You just got to adapt your entire offense.
Yep.
Well, this is great content, guys. I really appreciate you guys putting this together. I'm going to sign off.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining the Discord. We appreciate that. Makes it a little bit easier on us.
Hell yeah. Let's have a fun season.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Buffalo Bills. No surprise there, right?
Man, that New England pick right there is looking a lot worse. So.
Yep, you're having Jeff, multiple Super Bowl ring winner in 21, and Funk, who I believe won back-to-back as well.
Yes.
That's going to be a tough division. Now, luckily, Jets are going to have a slow start, so you just got to get those wins in when you can. But then by the end of the cycle, you're going to be hurting.
Yes. And we do have back-to-back live picks. Another returning legend, Anti, coming in for the 13th pick. So he is in the Discord. Anti, can you hear us?
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
What's up, man? How you been?
Oh man, I've been all right. A little upset, Jeff been running from me for a couple cycles now. and now he can just keep doing it because I'm definitely not picking Miami.
All right, so you're not picking Miami. Where are you picking?
I want to go home, but just
Well,
give me
before-
Green Bay. This-
Oh,
picking.
Before you give us your pick, what are your top 3 right now?
Houston, Green Bay, and the Rams.
So 2 of those teams I was expecting to be bottom 30 teams. So why Texans and why Rams?
Texans because this is my home.
Mm.
I have to, we've been poverty since the dawn of time. But it looks like this year they're even more poverty than usual. So, I don't know if I'm going there.
That'd be the biggest reach
Oh,
I've seen.
that's pick 32 for sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's pick 31-32. So, I mean, if you do it, that's respectable, but could never be me.
Hmm. And the Rams because they have cool jerseys, but that's pretty much it.
The Rams are actually in a pretty good situation if you care a lot about like right now. Not gonna lie, they are a nice team right now, but their future is scary.
yeah.
All right,
Anti,
that being said,
what's it gonna be?
I'm going with Green Bay.
yeah,
All right.
I just
That
want
was-
everybody to know Aaron Rodgers, like he gone, Devontae Adams, he gone, Aaron Jones, he gone.
oh,
They all gone. Like, hit me up.
Wow.
They all
Announcing
heard
it
it.
here live on stream. Pretty much the core 3 on offense, available for trade immediately.
All gone. I don't want them.
that is a shocker. So you're going for a Green Bay rebuild in a sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them the Green Bay Texans.
Just get Watson on there and you'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So why Green Bay? Just because?
Mainly Jair. That's
Okay.
definitely like a corner in this game. So important, especially at like lockdown corner like him. Him and Ramsey
Probably one of the
are
best.
obviously- Yeah, him and Ramsey are 1 and 2 for me.
Yep.
I'm not gonna pass up a chance because I know how people like to play Madden, get their little receiver, streak it. Like, no, it's dead. Like, So just Jair mainly. They just have a well-rounded defense. They have, I could flip people on offense, rebuild it a year or 2. They just kind of like best team available type situation. One in Buffalo, but it is what it is.
I think Green Bay is one of the best overall teams when you're talking like offense, defense, win now, slight rebuild. Like they have it going for them. They have a cap issue, but it sounds like you're not going to have that because you're getting rid of their cap issues. So
Gone.
all right, my man, we appreciate you stopping in. Our next pick is going to be joining us in Discord as well. So
Yes, welcome back. Great pick. Good luck with the Packers this year.
Glad to be back. And I'll see y'all when the season starts.
absolutely, brother.
All right.
Man, when he said Houston,
I thought he was going there, and that would make me look like the most sane human for taking the Patriots at 3.
yeah, as of right now, you are the reach of the draft. But if that would have happened, that would have eclipsed your reach. So
Yeah. I would have much rather had Anti in the division thing than Funk. Not that I'm scared of competition, but man, Funk and Jeff, two of the best users.
Right. I can hear in your voice, your Patriots pick is getting less and less exciting.
Alright, so we are waiting on Detroit 2. He said he did want to make his pick live. Waiting for him to join the Discord.
He is in the Discord. We just need him to get in. Backdrop is the channel you want to join, brother. And if... Oh, never mind.
And there he is.
Yep, perfect timing.
Detroit, welcome in. Can you hear us? Oh.
We, in fact, cannot hear you.
It doesn't look like he is talking. Alright.
Alright, well, while we give him a quick second... I don't even know what to talk about right now.
What do you have for best team available right now? I mean, I feel like there's an obvious answer, but who do you think is the best available?
So if we're talking best cycle team, that in my opinion has to be the Chargers. If we're talking best team available, I would say Buccaneers. But that's all just going to depend on what they want to do with Brady, and that's the $1 million question.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same thing. Chargers are definitely the best team, cycle long wise, and then the Tampa is definitely best right away. I know that Kyle Trask has made some plays on in the preseason so far. I don't know what his Madden rating looks like. I'd assume it would be pretty low though.
I can get that pulled up right now. Hey, Detroit, you joined back in. Can we hear you now? That would be a no.
Well, his pick is in. So if it doesn't get fixed in the next few minutes, we can always announce it and have him talk after.
And while we wait on that, Kyle Trask is a 64 overall with 84 throw power, so that is almost an impossibility.
Bang. Listening to you guys talk about throw power makes me feel even worse about the Patriots pick with Mac Jones having, I think, 85. He has either 85 or maybe 86, but... That is, it's gonna be an interesting cycle.
Reach of the cycle so far, but we'll see.
Oh, yo, can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you. Welcome in.
Yeah, reach of the cycle so far, but we'll see.
Yo, can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you. Welcome in.
Yeah, reach of the cycle so far.
Hey, Detroit.
Yeah, reach of the cycle so far.
Hey, Detroit.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome in. Do you mind muting the stream while you're in here?
Yo, what's up?
Welcome in. Do you mind muting the stream while you're in here?
Got it. What's going on, fellas?
Perfect.
How's it going, man?
Welcome in. How are you?
I can't complain too much. Surprised at some of these teams that dropped. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So
what are
your final three here?
Yep.
I mean, so based off this, I was looking at, the Vikings, because I thought, very good young team. That offensive line is all under age of 25. A good rebuild team. I wasn't expecting the Chargers to be here, but when I saw that, I had to pause a minute, like, whoa, really?
Right. I agree. That's the shock for me too.
And the Panthers, just because of the amount of young talent on that team as well, and just the team speed for the Panthers is ridiculous.
And with that being said, where are you going in Madden 22?
I'm going to North Carolina.
Ooh, going to Charlotte, the Queen City.
Lot of fun pieces on that offense to compete right away. Definitely great pick. Surprised that they fell this far, but also not really surprised that they fell this far with so many good teams out there.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the quarterback situation, it's a little hard. It makes perfect sense as why they fell, but with that almost $90 million in cap space, we'll fix that in year 2.
Yeah. I mean, are you giving PJ Walker a chance to beat out Sam Darnold?
I'm going to play a little head-to-head to see what PJ can do, but we'll see.
But I think this is a good pick. I think it's a solid pick all around. You do have to decide what you want to do with Sam Darnold if you're going to roll with him. But Panthers were one of my sleepers, so I respect that pick.
Alright, and so we have another live guest who is coming on to make his selection. Random Redbox 360, welcome in. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you guys hear me?
We
Absolutely.
can. Oh my. A guest caller without any issues.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
So coming in the 15th pick here in the draft, definitely have some teams that fell that I didn't expect to see at this point, and obviously some teams that came off the board a little earlier than we would have thought. Talk
Patriots.
us through your process of picking your team. Yeah.
Well, I adopted the interesting strategy of not putting any thought into it leading up to the draft. Didn't do a top 5 list. I just kind of figured I'd wing it. And getting down to this point, I was between the Chargers and the Falcons. And the Chargers, Herbert, very fun quarterback to use. But the thing that tipped it for me was there's a lot of really good players in the AFC. The AFC is stacked. So I'm gonna go ahead and retire to the NFC South, and I'm just gonna chill there, and we'll see what happens. But other than the whole quarterback thing, you got Pitts, you got Ridley. I'll be fine. Quarterback isn't really an important position in the modern NFL anyway.
Well, there you have
So
it.
the Atlanta Falcons, that's a bit of a reach, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, for sure.
But you are right. The way the challenge is looking up, I mean, it's difficult to go Chargers right now. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
definitely some fun pieces on the offensive side of the things, like you said, Kyle Pitts. You've got Calvin Ridley. Not sure what Mike Davis looks like in the game, but definitely a serviceable running back for at least a season while you trade or draft your guy for the cycle. Perfect. So, and you are back.
Don't sleep on Aloakun, a linebacker too. Fast user.
Yeah,
he's fun to use for sure.
I will not lie. The Falcons are not even a team I considered playing with, so I'm not sure what they look like on defense, which is why I stuck to
Hey
the
man,
guys
I don't
that
really
get.
know either.
Yeah.
being a Saints fan, I would never take the Falcons. But saying that, I would have taken the Panthers. Then again, I lived in Charlotte for a minute, so I got a little bit of respect for that team. But the Falcons, I definitely would have never picked, even if I was picked 31.
Hey man, I looked at the Saints. No.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That
Their
seems to
core
be
is
like
old,
the
man.
consensus.
Their core is too old, and they don't have a quarterback.
Well, hey, in real life, Jameis Winston could do something, but
I
in
agree.
Madden,
I think he's going to be good. But
yeah,
we'll
but
see.
in Madden, that is definitely a rough team.
For sure.
And you got some sick jerseys going down to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, Falcons unis are great. I love them.
Yeah, I like their stadium too.
Yeah, yes. What, Mercedes-Benz Superdome?
Yep.
No, that's New
Mercedes-Benz
Orleans.
Stadium.
Stadium? Okay.
Yeah, that one little word.
Yep, the Superdome is the Saints, but they actually are no longer Mercedes. They are someone new bought the contract. I can't remember who right now.
Oh, I forgot about the Saints completely, honestly. It's weird that they're both have the same name.
It is so funny to see stadiums be renamed. I mean, I feel like the Bills Stadium has been 6 different names the last 10 years.
I mean, CenturyLink is Lumen Field now, which I think is really weird.
Oh, yeah. That is very weird.
Oh, the Saints is the Caesars Superdome.
The Caesars Super. When did this happen? How did I not hear about that?
Just recently, past 2 or 3 weeks.
Caesars Superdome. That's awful.
Yeah, and it was a lot of money. It was a big contract. I think 6 years. Is how long it's gonna be Caesars.
Yeah, not wrong.
Hey, bro, it'd probably be better if it was Little Caesars. You could get that little pizza guy out there.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think I'm going to let you guys go. But, yeah, Falcons, Pitts is going to take over. You just wait.
Hey, I can't wait to see him in 99 X Factor.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good talking to you.
Good talking to you guys. Take care.
Wow, Falcons. That's a shock and a half to me.
Yeah.
And not only that, but we didn't even mention it. Panthers and the Falcons.
Back to back.
Back to back. They are going to be... That's crazy. Now Panthers I can see being taken there. Falcons I expected to be probably the last picked in that division, but
yeah, and I mean you're talking about an owner that had some success towards the end of the cycle too. Once he joined up, so it'll be interesting to see how quickly he can get in and get that team turned around.
Absolutely, and I believe Outlaw is next, and he unfortunately I couldn't find him on Twitter, so I did have to DM him on Discord, and I have his pick, and it is in. Another shocker, another big shocker in my opinion. So whenever you're ready.
Wow. Well, big shocker. I'm assuming it's not the Chargers. I wonder, could it be like a Denver or a Cincinnati? Let's hear it.
He is joining me and the Ravens as the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow, even more of a shock.
Yes.
Did he give you the reason?
He did.
Why?
He gave me a reason. He did, and I appreciated that. He said, picking the Steelers as they are my hometown team, born and raised in Pittsburgh. Also with the struggles of the Falcons defense from last Madden season, I had to go with them. That will provide me with quality day one. And I do agree. They do have a very solid defense.
Yes.
Probably one of the top 5-6 defenses, even in Madden. They have a solid team.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people have talked down about the Steelers. I definitely thought they would probably fall a little bit further, but like you said, that defense is really solid. The quarterbacking O-line situation is definitely tough, but you have some decent pieces at wide receiver and also Najee Harris at running back. So definitely a solid pickup here for a very dedicated owner to stick it out with that depleted Falcons team from last cycle.
Yes, I agree. That Falcons team was probably the worst, the biggest neglected team I've ever seen, and he did turn it around, and now he's going to get rewarded with a solid day one defense.
Absolutely.
Now he just has to decide what he's going to do with Big Ben. That O-line needs some help. Najee Harris is going to be great. Some Chase Claypool, Juju. I mean, they have a solid wide receiver core too. So it's definitely got pieces, but it definitely has some places that need help too.
Yeah. And we already have the next pick in the voice channel, so let's get him in here. Captain, what is up? Welcome in. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can y'all hear me?
We can. Welcome in. Congrats on the new job. Welcome back.
Appreciate it. Yeah, my top 3 were, I don't know, Chargers, Eagles, and Seahawks at the time. But once I seen the 12th pick, I kind of
Yeah.
and it and Jeff's little thing too, and you know how Funk bummed me into this thing, and
I mean, all three of your picks are there. It sounds like you're gonna be happy either way.
Yeah.
Now it's just the decision. It's decision time, my friend.
Well, I'm not going with either three of them.
I was gonna say
wow.
it actually kind of
Shocker.
sounded like he was going somewhere else with that.
Yeah, that's where the curveball came. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Oh, solid pick. I like that pick. You have what, 3 first-round draft picks in the first year, 2 the next, I believe. 2 is throw powers 88, so you got a little bit of work there. But man, Jalen Waddle, he's gonna get you there.
Yeah, and then Jeff, I talked to Jeff about following him, and it just worked out.
Yeah, I respect that pick. That's a good pick. You're in a
Speedy
difficult
defense.
Yeah, you're in a difficult division. It's not going to be a breeze
Nah,
by any stretch of the imagination.
not at all.
But
me and Funk go back, and
yeah, I mean it'll be a good one. All veteran players, all veteran owners. So I think that'll be a division that lasts and stays competitive, which is pretty cool.
yeah, and that's the first division being filled. So there's that.
Yep.
Oh,
And you guys got those sick all orange unis.
Yeah,
I think they're my favorite.
And then I mean, speed at linebacker, which I like, and actually in another league I took Javon Holland, and he just so happens to be one of the safeties that is on the team too. So
I think that's a great pick. Still some solid teams that you left on the board, like you said, Chargers, the Eagles, Seahawks. But with that being said, man, the Buccaneers are still there too. That's wild.
And the thing about the Eagles is they have 3 first-round picks.
Yes, they do.
And it just, I mean, it's crazy to me that a team builder hasn't picked it yet. But I've also thought about going to the Titans, but
Titans would have been fun.
I think Breda and what's his name's going to be good enough running backs for me. So
yeah, this is
welcome.
I like the Dolphins pick though, and that division is filled. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is my math adding up?
Yeah,
that is all. That's the first division that is filled up, I believe.
Yeah. So just to recap, the AFC North has 3 teams full. Primetime with the Browns, Warrior with the Ravens, Outlaw going to Pittsburgh. NFC North has Raider Dude with Chicago, Anti with the Packers. AFC South has only had VFL go to Jacksonville. NFC South is halfway there with Redbox going to Atlanta and Detroit going to Carolina. AFC East is full, like you were just discussing, with Funk going to Buffalo, the latest pick, Captain going to Miami, Jeff going to the Jets, and myself going to the Patriots. NFC East is halfway there with Bryce going to Dallas and Jay going to Washington. NFC West is still halfway there with Hussein and Knight going to Arizona and San Francisco. And Giovanni is all by himself as the Chiefs in the AFC West, with a couple solid teams left out there as well.
Yeah, guys, it's nice to get all this content. I actually got to go eat supper, so I'm
you good.
Appreciate
you for dropping in, brother, and good luck this year.
No problem. Keep going. See ya.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
All right.
And next we are with Ball That Dangles, the man that has promised multiple times that he will be joining my division. And there's only one team left, so let's see if he follows through or if he's going to take the Chargers like I would.
Yeah. Welcome in, Ball. Can you hear us?
You are muted in Discord.
I can hear you guys.
Oh.
There we go. How's it going, man?
Oh, I'm excited to be here. Listen, started my journey on the Carolina Panthers, took it over after another person's name, which is funny enough, had to deal with penises, so I had to keep the penis thing going there. Had a complete rebuild. We had no defense at the time. Built up an offense. Got pretty self-sufficient. Had looked at some greener pastures. Obviously, Giovanni and Reindeer have been some real tough competitors out there. And then the introduction of Outlaw was a curveball. That guy took a shit team and polished it real nice. So I basically fucked up and won free agency, and I lost half my entire team. Got Patrick Mahomes, but he's a GOAT, but he's not good enough to completely revamp that organization. And so unfortunately, it's a shame that I'm no longer going to be calling Carolina my home. Obviously, there has been some talks about where I'm going to be landing here.
So before you give us your pick, give us your top 3 and some shockers of the draft if you want.
Yeah, sure. So my top 3 personally were obviously the Dolphins. Huge. I actually had Overtown even DMing me prior. Huge Dolphins fan. Definitely looks like a tough division. Don't want to be there. Other ones, I would say Carolina. I would like to run that one back. And I really didn't really have another third. But I had my eyes on one prize. Hopefully I'm going to be there.
And with that being said, where are you going?
If you would like to announce my pick for me, that would be wonderful. I feel good, be in good favor.
You did not announce it to me, but I'm assuming you're going with your promise. And if that is the case, you are going to Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
Which is going to be a fun division. It is the second division to be filled out. I think that's probably one of the best divisions on paper with the teams. So,
well, if I can quote the late great Freddie Mercury, we are the champions. So that's all I just want to say. And we're looking forward to the season. Coach Buffett is taking his talents to Cincinnati.
Hey, I respect it. You said you were going to do it about 4 months ago, and you stuck with it. So I respect that. I don't know how you passed up on the Chargers, but hey.
I'm a man of my word.
Alrighty.
Well, pleasure talking to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for stopping in, man.
Wow, another shocker.
Well, to anybody that knows, me and him go back and forth. Some heated debates. But he promised he was going to join my division. He said I sucked, and he wants to beat me. So, hey, here he is.
Another division full. That's the second one. And I think both divisions that are full are going to be fun to watch throughout the entire cycle. A lot of veteran talent, and that bodes well to keep the teams together for the entire length of the cycle and not have a lot of turnover, hopefully.
Absolutely, especially with the Bengals team last year.
Yes.
Hopefully he can keep them going and rebuild that squad. I mean, Joe Burrow's a good person to do it with. Hopefully he gets some early throw power increases. If not, Joe Burrow might not be the cycle-long quarterback. I would try and package him up and get someone different, but hey, you never know what he could get out of those upgrades.
Yeah. And with our next pick, during 88, he is also in the Discord, and we are moving right along. Jern, welcome in. How are you doing?
What's going on, fellas?
How's it going, man? How are you?
Oh, it's going well. I'm extremely ecstatic right now. I did not expect this at all.
I'm assuming you're going Chargers, but if you are, don't say it yet. But how are they still here?
I have no idea. There are a couple teams that I have no idea how they're still there. To be honest, when we got to about the Bills pick, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to. I was literally packing up my bags and going to unpack them in the New York Giants front office because I thought I would be staying in New York after the Panthers got taken the next couple picks later because I was really eyeing the Panthers. But lo and behold, they picked the Falcons and the Dolphins, and they want to go play with Jeff and them, and I'm like, you're crazy. And then another guy wants to play with an 86 throw power quarterback. I don't know about you guys, but I've played Madden with Joey Burrow before. It's not fun until you build up his throw power. So I'm a pill tosser. I like throwing the ball. I like doing all the adjustments, and I like finding the holes in the defense. And so there's really only a couple options that I saw here that were really intriguing. I had a top 3 coming into this pick, assuming that none of them would get picked by the Bengals guy just before balls the Bengals. Obviously, the Chargers were up there. The Bucks were up there. And the Seahawks were up there. But I don't really feel like playing with Hussein again after last year. So I am going to do the obvious pick and take the Charger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
That is the pick of the draft.
Yeah, I cannot believe they have fallen this far.
Man, they were in my top 5. Like
mine too. I now I have a second-year contract QB locked up for the cycle, and I have Derwin. I like to drop the safety into the box and play around like I did with Reddick in the last cycle. So now I'm going to have Derwin rolling around there with all of his hit power and juicy goodness. So I'm excited about that. Plus, I'm a big Florida State fan, so nice to be paired up with Derwin James again. It's nice to see.
Absolutely. I mean, you have a solid team. Now, before we move on, what's going to be your plan for Eckler? You going to try and make him try and keep him, or?
I think that Mr. Eckler is going to have a very productive season with the San Diego Chargers. He's a lightning bolt, and I think this Madden, I think having a fast running back is important. I still think the safety angles are pretty bad, and being able to get around safeties is going to be a big thing to pick up that extra 10 yards. So Eckler's going to do just fine here in LA.
Yeah. I just know that would have been the one question mark I had if I took that team, is did I want to trade Eckler or would I want to keep him? Because I do believe he's 27. Is that correct?
26.
Oh, he's 26.
So
okay.
He's not that old. He'll have a few years of productivity.
Absolutely.
I'm more concerned about the wide receivers. I don't see a lot of talent there besides obviously Keenan, but he's not that fast. But we'll get him some touches, and we'll try to find either through trades or through the draft the next stud receiver to go after.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got to decide if I want to re-sign Mike Williams, who is eternally underperforming.
Yeah. Now here's the question: how afraid of the Chiefs are you?
Oh, I'm not afraid of the Chiefs.
Hey, you heard it here first, guys. He's not afraid.
I'm not afraid of the Chiefs.
Hey, man, we appreciate you dropping in. Great pick. Couldn't believe they landed there, so you're gonna have a good time. But thank you for stopping in.
Absolutely. I'm geeked. See you guys. Thanks.
Absolutely. All right. So the Chargers finally come off the board at the 19, just sneaking in the top 20 there.
Which is, once
shocking.
Again, shocker of the draft, in my opinion. Didn't expect them to make it out of top 10, and they went 19.
Yes.
Well.
So Walrus Grande is up next. He is a guy that I believe has practice. Either way, he's not available for the draft. He sent me his top 20 list. And actually, the way it works out is he is going to get his fifth best team. So the pick is in here.
So before we talk about it, I know he's a big Giants fan. I don't know too much about him. He's pretty new to the division. He's VFL's brother. All I know is he's a big Giants fan. So I'm assuming that's where he's gonna go. But that list, you never know.
Wow. He is a big Giants fan, you say?
That's what he says. I mean, people in the chat are saying he's taking Giants.
So here's the shock of the draft then. If he is as big of a Giants fan as you say, he does not have the Giants on his top 20.
Well, that is confusing to me, because that's what he told me he was thinking about going. So that is confusing to me. But hey, maybe he knew that there was 20 teams better and didn't put him on there.
Yeah, he does not have the Giants on this list at all. Wow, that is shocking. Doesn't even put his own team on his top 20 list. But without further delay, he will be heading to the AFC South and taking over the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow. Now, if he was here, I don't think that pick would have been the same. I mean, that's his list. He put them 5. So obviously he liked them, but I don't think that would have been the case if he was here, because once again, the Bucks, the Seahawks, and the Giants all still there.
Yeah. I mean,
and the Eagles and the Broncos. The Broncos have a solid squad too. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. So he goes AFC South, and let me just update this. Who else? So the AFC South, maybe he knew that he wanted to follow his brother, VFL.
Maybe.
He knew.
No way.
Somehow.
No way. VFL knew he was getting Jags there because no one expected that. But
yeah, that is two shockers so far. So we've got the AFC South at 50% capacity now, with the brothers. That will be a fun rivalry to watch throughout the cycle. And here we are, 20 picks in, with only 12 picks to go. FTR Sinister is up on the clock.
Once again, I could not find him on Twitter, so I did have to reach out on Discord, but his pick is in.
Perfect. Did he give you any info as to why he made this pick, or?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep, I got a little snippet. Not too much information, but I think is somewhat obvious. So, Sinister is going to Philadelphia. He is taking over the Eagles.
Solid pick. You've got a decent quarterback to start the cycle. You've got Devontae Smith out at wide receiver. And like you said, all those draft picks.
Yeah, draft capital number 2, I believe, behind the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken. They have 2 or 3 first-round draft picks and I believe a third. Just insane. But his little snippet was, Jalen Hurts is the future, along with Devontae Smith. The passing game will be some of the best it's ever been. So he's making it known that he is going to be passing the ball. Miles Sanders is not going to be getting many touches.
Yeah. That is, I don't know if a team was talked about less than the Eagles in anticipation to the draft here. You heard a lot about the bottom few teams with Houston and Detroit and people throwing around, is Pittsburgh gonna fall? But I don't remember anyone really talking about the Eagles and what they could do in that division.
Yeah, the Eagles are just one of those teams, They're just kind of there. They do a lot of things good. They don't do a lot of things amazing, and they don't do a lot of things bad. But they're just kind of there, and there was no fans of them. There was no people in the top 20 that were like, I'm a big Eagles fan, I'm going to pick them. So I think that's why they fell. Yeah. Just because a lot of Eagles don't interest a lot of people if you're not an Eagles fan.
Yep. All right, and with the next pick, we do have Just Be Real. I believe he's another one that made it known as to where he was going, and he is also in the bag drop, so we are going to pull him onto the first tee and get his insight. Welcome in. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Yep. How's it going, man?
Perfect. Doing good.
So what are some shockers for you? Who are you surprised that's still here without revealing your pick?
Dang. Okay, so I'm surprised to see. I'm hearing the echo. It's kind of throwing me off, but I'm surprised to see my team here. To be honest, I only have my eyes set on one team the whole time. So and I know you said don't give away my pick, so I'll say my top 3. It was the Titans, the Raiders, and the Rams for me.
Yep. All good picks. All picks that I expected to be around this area, so it makes sense.
Right. So I'll let you guys let me know when y'all want me to give it up.
Go ahead, brother. Whenever you're ready, let us know.
All right. So, I think it's no surprise. I'm a Titans fan, always have been. So, Tennessee all the way.
Derrick Henry, huh?
That's right.
Couldn't pass him up. I feel that. The Titans were someone I expected to actually go sooner. I thought they were going to be a shocker and kind of go earlier. Kind of right around the Falcons Steelers picks. I thought someone was going to reach and take them. So I think they're a good pick here.
Definitely.
Yeah, you've got a solid win now opportunity. Tannehill's a solid quarterback. Obviously, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Julio makes for a very fun offense. Absolutely. Congrats on getting your team as well.
You also got Julio Jones. You also have a great cornerback at 95 speed, Caleb Farley. They're a great squad.
Yeah. He's going to definitely provide some help down the line.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, but all right.
Thanks for stopping by. Anything else you want to talk about before you head out?
Starting rivalries, anything?
Not really. I'm new, so I'm just looking forward to get to know everyone and have some good games and possibly see some people in the postseason.
Absolutely. Welcome to the league. Hope you stay the whole cycle. Titans will be a fun one.
All right, guys. Later.
Have a good one, man.
Take care.
And our next pick is also going to be dropping by for an interview if you want to give him the Discord link, which is Overtown.
Perfect. Let's work on that. Alright, so Overtown, if you are here, link is sent, and then join the backdrop. And I will drag you into the first tee. Nope, he is already here. Right? Overtown, welcome in. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
How's it going, man?
The league.
Pretty good.
So what are you? What are your top 3 here?
Right now my top 3 is the Rams, Denver, and Seattle.
Yep, all good picks. I like Denver. I think they have a lot going for them. But there are better teams out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I like them because they got a pretty good defense over there. They got Surtain, Miller, and all those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty. With being said, where are you going in Madden 22?
It's just a tough decision, but I'm a big Dolphins fan. I was hurt when they got taken. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Seattle.
Yes, absolutely, great pick. You got Russ. Russ is probably
Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him. I'm still on the board and everything. I know, Russ is getting up there in age and everything, but I guess when he's gone, I have to find me another, draft me another quarterback or find a young one.
Yeah, he did last the whole cycle last in Madden 21, although his throw power did digress to I think it was 86 or 87 by the end, so he's definitely not a permanent cycle long, but he will last as long as you need him to be.
Yeah, he was crawling towards the finish line. Obviously didn't want to draft a quarterback late in the cycle when you have Russ.
Yeah, and that defense is still there too, so a couple key pieces left, but I think it's still there.
Yeah, the Seahawks are definitely a solid team. But I think they're one of those teams that are better in real life than they are in Madden, which I think is why they fell to where they fell. But still a great team.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks, and see how it goes.
Nice. Well,
Absolutely.
All right, I might go here and eat dinner, man. So I'll talk to you guys later.
absolutely.
All right, you're good. Welcome to the league.
Good luck this cycle.
Yep. Let's have some fun.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, too.
So we are now officially in the prospects, right? He was the number 1 pick for the prospects. Is that correct?
Was it him?
I believe so.
No, just be real. Titans pick was the first one.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're already 2 in.
Yep.
So there are still some great teams for the prospects. Exactly what Giovanni said. Yes, the prospects this year are definitely going to get some solid teams. I think Titans and the Seahawks were on the top of that list. We still have one on there that's crazy that they're not gone, but we'll see what happens. And I do believe the next pick is joining us for an interview as well. I believe he
is not actually. Yeah, I think he missed. Oh nope.
Oh,
Never mind. Yep, we're flipping back and forth. So he will be joining us for an interview. VFL Bucks and Broncos, very surprising.
Bucks.
Tampa definitely surprising. Broncos are definitely going to be a rebuild, but also have a lot of that young talent on that roster to rebuild.
I think Buccaneers were one of those teams that could have easily gone top 8, top 9. So I think that's a shocker.
Yeah, I mean they have a ton of talent across the board, whether it's veteran talent like Mike Evans and Tom Brady. You got young guys, Tyler Johnson at wide receiver, Chris Godwin, obviously, Ronald Jones.
Their defense is pretty fast too.
Yeah,
and young. They have a young defense. I believe they have a crazy middle linebacker user as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you got guys like Devin White and Levante David.
Yeah.
To start out, at least. Giovanni, right? Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
94 speed.
Yep. Can't forget about him.
Devin White at 92 speed, middle linebacker. I mean, that's a user. That's a user and a half.
That is unbelievable. And our next pick, Circle, is going to be joining us. Circle, welcome in. Can you hear us? Circle.
If you were talking, we cannot hear you.
So it doesn't look like you are talking, and it doesn't look like you're muted. Nope. Use this time to update the board. Circle.
He says he cannot hear us, so it sounds like a full Discord issue on his end, whether it's a headset issue, microphone issue, something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if just your headset just isn't connected correctly as the input and output. We'll give it a minute. If you go, if you can hear me from the stream, if you go under user settings and then voice and video, make sure your headset is the input and output device.
And while we're waiting on that, Tonerd, if you can check Twitter, please. If you're in the stream, please check Twitter.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams left to come off the board. And still, Tampa, Denver, the Vikings. I mean, Vikings have Delvin Cook. They have Justin Jefferson. Interesting contract that came out yesterday with the Harrison Smith. He is being absolutely paid as a 32-year-old safety.
32-year-old, second highest paid safety in the league. 39 mil, is that what I saw?
I believe so. I think it was just around 15 mil a year for 4 years. Circle says that he is not getting it to work, so the pick is in. We will make it for him. And
I think that's one of those. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, I think that's one of those contracts that is good for real life, not Madden.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a Patriots fan, I know all about that, giving the money to Julian Edelman and these other non-athletic Madden receivers over the years. So I know all about that. But with the next pick in the draft, Circle is taking the Las Vegas Raiders. He is going out to the AFC West, being the third team out there.
Right. Yeah, Raiders is not who I would have taken here. They got Waller. Yeah. And their defense isn't horrible. They have a few key pieces that are very nice. But beyond that team is a struggle and a half. I mean, we saw what it took Funk to get it to where it was, and I think it's going to require another owner like that, or they're going to be a bottom feeder.
Yeah, I mean, I played with.
Oh yeah, sorry, they got Ruggs. Duh, they have Ruggs. Forgot about him. But yes, you are right, Giovanni. They have Ruggs.
Yeah. And honestly, I played with them last night for the first time, and they felt awful.
Yes.
Outside of Ruggs, they just didn't. They felt slow. The O-line couldn't set up blocks for Jacobs to do anything. They have Kenyon Drake, who, maybe you see him kind of get more carries as more of a speedy back than Josh Jacobs, but like you said, it's going to be a big rebuild.
Yeah, like I said, they do have Waller, and Josh Jacobs isn't a running back that I'm a fan of,
Yeah.
Especially in Madden.
Yeah.
Power backs aren't very good in Madden unless you only care about goal line.
So next up we have Tonerd,
which has not responded. Tonerd, if you are in the chat, please respond. I will hit you up one more time. If not, we are going to have to move on.
And we will officially start the timer as of right now. We are doing pretty good on time anyways. And while we wait, let's take a moment, take a look at the at what the divisions look like, as we've had a couple of them completed since last time. So.
Yeah, and what Funk was saying, Super Bowl champs are still on the board. Don't know how.
Yeah.
I mean, they just have. It's a good team. It's win now and it's in rebuild. I mean, I'm confused.
Absolutely. AFC North, with the ball that dangles selection, filled it up. So you have him in Cincy primetime here in Cleveland, Warrior in Baltimore, Outlaw in Pittsburgh. I think this is going to be a really fun division to watch. I don't think they have a clear front runner. No offense to you, primetime. I think it's going to be really competitive. And it's going to be some absolute battles to see who comes out of the AFC North.
Yeah, there should be some fun games with Warrior. I know I had some fun games with him last year as he was Green Bay. He was pretty dominant. I think he crushed me one time, and it was a close game second. I think we ended up 1-1 on the whole cycle, so that should be a fun one.
Yeah. AFC North, still just the two teams. You've got Raider in Chicago, Anti in Green Bay. Vikings kind of surprised they haven't gone yet, but then again, they're possibly a team that, isn't a great Madden team, so maybe you kind of have to have a desire to be a Minnesota, a Minnesota fan to kind of pick them. Moving on, the AFC South, you've got Walrus Grande in Indianapolis, his brother VFL in Jacksonville, and then Just Be Real getting his team with Tennessee. So still the Texans are open there. Not surprised that they're the last team standing. Wouldn't be surprised if they are team 32 that gets selected. NFC South, you've got two teams taking, and honestly, kind of surprised that they were the first two taken from that division. You've got Redbox going to Atlanta. And then you've got Detroit going to Carolina. Like we were talking about, you've got Tampa Bay reigning Super Bowl champs. Got the greatest of all time quarterback, Tom Brady, still for at least a season while you draft his replacement. And then the Saints, their cap situation is awful, but you do have some nice pieces in Kamara and Michael Thomas. Moving on, you have the first division that filled up, AFC East. You've got Funk in Buffalo, Captain in Miami, Jeff in New York, and myself in New England. Gonna be a lot of battles between Funk and Jeff and Captain and myself for both the first and second, and then the third and fourth position in that division.
Just hearing Funk and the Bills sends shivers. How did we let this happen?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Talk about Justin Fields 2.0 from last cycle.
Yep. Disgusting.
Yeah. NFC East, you've got 3 of the 4 teams. You've got Bryce in Dallas, no shock there. Jay in Washington, and then FCR in Philadelphia. That Giants team, there's not too much to get excited about outside of Saquon, maybe DeAndre Slayton. So yeah, no shock that they haven't gone yet. AFC West, we just had our third team taking with Circle going to the Vegas Raiders. You've got Giovanni in Kansas City. Jern is there in LA with the Chargers. The Broncos still open. A good rebuild team. A lot of young pieces. You got Bradley Chubb, Patrick Surtain on the defensive side of things. I mean, that you might have one of the best young wide receiver corps in the league, with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. A lot of youth there, a lot of skill. Noah Fant, a guy I didn't even think to mention. And then over in the NFC West, you've got 3 of the 4 teams taking. No surprise, the Rams are the open team. They've got some cap situation, and also they are definitely a wing now mode with older guys, older Madden guys. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. and obviously Matthew Stafford. But you've got Hussein in the desert with Arizona. Nightblade went to San Francisco to play with Trey Lance, who is incredibly fun to play with. And then you've got Overtown, who went to Seattle after his Dolphins were picked a couple picks before him.
Yeah, one thing about that, I'm very happy Nightblade decided not to go to the Ravens. Very happy about that. Hussein has to deal with him. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And so, for the first time in today's draft, we will have to skip Tonard. People have reached out and no response, so we do have to move on. So McMurray, you are on the clock.
You don't have anything from him.
No, I do not. I don't.
Right?
Nope, no lists or anything. He did not reach out to me.
Man, that is tough. Just checking my other DMs. Alright, yeah. Alright.
And the pick is in for McMurray.
All right. It's an interesting spot. I think it's kind of right in the range that this team was gonna go. What are your thoughts on this team before we reveal it to everyone?
Yeah, I agree. It's where I expected this team to fall, but it's not the team I expected to be taken over the Saints or the Giants or the Broncos or the Buccaneers, in my personal opinion. So it's a good pick. It's right where I expected it to be, but I do feel there's better. But hey, it's not everyone always wants to take best available. So.
Yeah. Absolutely, and without further delay, McMurray, after Tonard has been skipped, will be going to Minnesota and taking over the Vikings. Definitely some great young pieces there. Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Danielle Hunter on the defensive side of things. Irv Smith Jr. should become an absolute beast in Madden. But yeah, just kind of an awkward team. Not surprised that they're this low, but then again, just not anything to get too excited about.
Yeah, I think the only thing that really excites me a lot about them is Dalvin Cook. They also drafted, I believe, he's a rookie. I do not know how to pronounce his name, but he's that fast new running back. I know Madden didn't give him the best overall. But I believe he's like 94 or 95 speed. No idea how to pronounce that last name. Not even going to attempt. But overall, I think that team, it has great areas, but it also lacks in more than the good areas. So.
Yeah, and like Giovanni just brought up, Harrison Smith. We were just talking about it earlier. Like, how long is he going to really be able to last in Madden? With that contract, you want him to last the 4 years, but does he do that? Can he make it? And with that being said, the closer is on the clock.
Let me confirm if he is doing an interview or not. Wait. Tonard just announced that he is back, so he will be getting after closer, since we just put closer on the clock. Tonard will be picking after that.
Is that Discord DM?
Yes,
Perfect.
It is.
Alright.
So closer, we are just waiting here. If he is going to be doing an interview or not, and then if I don't hear from him in the next 2 minutes, go ahead and announce his pick, and I am reaching out to Toner now.
Perfect.
Seems he logged off of Closer logged off of Twitter, so I don't think he will be
Okay. Well,
doing an interview.
the pick is in, and it's a team we have talked a lot about tonight. Surprised that they have fallen this far, but he is going to Tampa Bay and going to take over the Buccaneers.
Yep, and that's obvious. I don't know how they fell, but good on him. He's going to have a fun team.
Yep.
Hopefully he plays his games and doesn't miss them like he did his pick, but hey, we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully that is the only user to miss their pick tonight.
Luckily he made it in before 32. You know, he could have been left with some bad teams. So instead of getting one of the worst teams in the league, he's getting probably one of the best. So it works out.
So
oh wait, that wasn't Tonered. I'm so sorry. That was a dude. I am so sorry. That was Closer. He is getting a great pick though. I mean, it's obvious why they got picked. I don't know much about Closer. He does chat a little bit in the Discord, but that was my bad for confusing him with Tonered.
all good. Yeah. Tampa Bay falling all the way into the mid-20s is something I don't know if you will see anywhere else.
It's almost like that's where Patriots should have went, and Buccaneers should have been where Patriots went, but hey.
Yeah. Whoever that guy is that took the Patriots so early. Guys.
Yeah.
All right, so we are down to our final 6 teams. You got the Broncos, the Giants, the Lions, Rams, Saints, and Texans. Is Tongard joining the interview, or did he make his pick with you?
Yep, he made his pick in Discord. So he didn't really give a reason why, nothing like that. So let me ask you, if this was your pick, where would you be going?
I'm 110% going Denver.
Really? Okay.
I mean, Denver was in my top 10, I believe. If not, they were right there at 11 or 12. Like I've said it a couple times, they've got a lot of young pieces on offense. Even if Drew Lock is not the guy, I think, him and Teddy Bridgewater are serviceable for a year while you draft a guy. And then also, Von Miller, he's out of here, but you've got Bradley Chubb, Patrick Surtain with a great secondary. So I would definitely go Denver. What about yourself?
Denver as well. It would be kind of cool to do like a bring back to the Giants. I would probably go there if I had to. But Denver was also in my top 10. My first top 10 that I released on Twitter had Denver in there. After playing with them, they definitely fell out of my top 10, but they would have been at least 15 for me. So I agree.
Yeah. Well, after missing his pick, where is Tongard going?
He is taking over the Saints.
Wow.
Yeah, good pick. I mean, I like it, but he is going to the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a pick that you have to try and win now. You're going to be struggling with cap. Especially, I completely forgot about this contract until I saw it today. But that contract with Taysom Hill
is disgusting.
I mean, like, you have the Bobby Bonilla contract, and then above that, you have the Taysom Hill contract, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
I mean, I get it. He's the jack of all trades, but once again, that's a real life contract. That's not a Madden contract. I think he does great things for the Saints. He really confuses defenses, all that. But at the end of the day, that's a horrible, horrible Madden contract.
Yeah. Well, another pick down, 5 to go. Dre is up next. I believe he wanted to do
Yeah, I believe he said
interview,
he wanted to do an interview.
and I thought he was even in my Discord earlier. But I don't see him. Alright, so...
Toner just tuned in. He said he picked for the trade value, and he loves Cameron Jordan as well as their defense.
Okay.
So, there is a lot of trade value. There is a lot of trade value.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara can get a lot. Michael Thomas can get a lot, you know. So, you definitely can make trades to make that team worth it. But it's just... They're a little bit older. Oh, and he just said that if he would have made it on time, he would have taken the Vikings.
Oh.
That's funny.
Wow.
Hey, I guess that's what happens, right?
Dre, join the Bag Drop voice channel, and I will drag you into the first tee, and that is where you can, you'll be able to hear. Alright, so 5 picks left. This has been a lot of fun. Hopefully everyone has been enjoying it. A lot of work went into it. Definitely excited for the future and some other things we can do. There we go. Welcome in. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me, fellas?
We can. How's it going?
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
Not much. How are you?
Oh, going good.
Welcome to the league. How is it going?
It's going. It's been going pretty good so far. You know, everybody seems like they're pretty good.
Good. How is the draft going, in your opinion? Any surprise picks? Any teams falling that you didn't really expect?
Well, the number one surprise of the day had to be the Patriots. You know, everybody's not going to not say that. There's nothing wrong with it, though. You know, I'm like a huge Cam Newton fan also. But, you know, I like Mac Jones, too. So, you know, I mean, I see the potential over there. Gotta pick your best team, your favorite team, though, you know.
Yeah,
if Washington went this far, I would have took Washington. I'm like a huge Washington fan. So,
oh yeah, no way they would have fallen.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. You know,
that defense is too crazy.
Had too much. You know, that defense is ridiculous. Like the defensive line itself. But I could talk for hours about the Washington team.
Well, instead, let's talk about your pick. Where are you going in Madden 22?
You know, it came down to this pick. You know, if you follow my stuff all week, I've been broadcasting picks around every sport about the 28th pick. So now it's my time. And, you know, there's the team that I really could not believe that slipped this far, but I know there's a lot of work. But I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why the Rams? It's built. It's built to win now. And, you know, I can see there's a few picks later on down the road that, you know, I'm going to have to trade off some of these big contracts. You know, Stafford might be there for a couple years and he might be gone. But, you know, I may not have picks to start out with due to the Stafford trade, I believe.
Yep.
But it's still a fantastic team. Like, I can't believe it went to 28. I had them initially, you know, my third team. I wanted Washington first, of course. And then Tampa Bay, which was slipping. I was like, I'm about to get Tampa Bay.
Almost.
I'm a huge Wolverine fan. I'm sorry, Spartan. I know you got the Michigan States. Yeah, go blue. The Paul Bunyan Trophy is coming back home, you know.
Well, I mean, it's been home nine times in the last 12
Wait, so
years.
can we say that we have an OSU fan, Michigan State fan, and Michigan fan in here right now?
Oh, please don't tell me you're Ohio State.
Hey, Columbus born and raised, brother.
Oh no, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
We haven't beat y'all in so long, I forgot.
Yep. You forgot we forgot what a real rivalry was too, so don't worry.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm going to take the Rams with the 28th overall pick. Let's see if we can make some noise. Appreciate you guys adding me in here. I'm ready to play.
Absolutely, great pick. I'm surprised once again, Denver's. I thought that's where you were going to go when you were saying you couldn't believe they fell. I was expecting Broncos.
I like Denver too. It's just more of the their offense is pretty good and stuff, and their defense is pretty good. But again, there's just a lot of decisions you got to make right off the bat.
Yeah.
You don't want to make a drastic decision because that could affect you for a couple cycles. I used to run my own league, so I know the in and outs of rebuilding teams and stuff. Yeah, I was thinking at first the Broncos, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I got kind of scared. You got some giants over there in the AFC. I'm just no way in hell.
Yeah,
I'm going over there and get my ass kicked week in and week out.
Yep, I feel that. Hey, well, welcome to the league. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm gonna get off here. I talked enough, but go Blue.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one, my man.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Well, the Rams are off the board, and another returning owner is on the clock.
Has he sent you his list?
He has not, and I have sent him another DM and also DM'd him on Discord.
Yep, I DM'd him on Discord and and Twitter. I don't think he's here. If anyone in the chat knows where Just Sick is, he's got 4 minutes.
Yes. We do not want our second skipped pick of the night. We want to keep it to 1. Alright, so 4 teams left. Denver, New York, Detroit, and Houston. I've gotta assume it goes Denver, New York, Houston, Detroit, Houston, somewhat.
In my opinion, I would play it out as Broncos, Giants, Lions, Texans.
Yeah.
So, yep. If they're with you.
I mean, I think Lions and Texans are probably 31 and 31A. They're just interchangeable.
Yeah, Texans now, I'll be honest though, if you want to gamble, Texans aren't a bad pick if that trade goes through. That's a great trade for Madden. I think that's kind of what you're banking on, because if you have Watson, the trade you're going to get in this league is not going to be as good as what they'd get in real life.
No, not even remotely close.
Yeah, and if you take the Texans, I think you have to trade Watson simply because you just got to do something. And if you keep Watson, you're not going to accomplish much other than having a really good quarterback with a shit team.
Yeah, exactly. So 3 minutes left with Jussick Jr. on the clock.
Has anyone heard from him today? I know he said he was at work till 9:30 in one of the Discords.
Yeah, he whatever one they were talking to
about the tournament.
The tournament there.
Yeah,
latest report says Texans are going to keep Watson and pay him to sit on the bench.
Yeah, I saw that. He'll get paid $10.7 million to sit on the bench. Yeah, I saw that as well.
Oh my god, that's legit?
Yeah.
I 110% thought Giovanni was just messing
trolling
with us. Yes.
Yeah, nope. That's what I heard too. Apparently no one's coming to terms. I guess Texans want too much, and no one's biting.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure. Deshaun Watson, talent level wise, you're talking multiple first round picks. You're talking young players. You're talking the whole 9 yards. But Deshaun Watson has a lot of outside shit that is affecting that, and
yep.
The risk, the opportunity cost, it all does not outweigh, what you have to give up for potentially not getting him onto the field.
Yeah, I believe they're wanting 3 first rounds is what they're asking for, and I know they'd be conditional just in case if something goes through, but still, that's 3 first rounds for a player who might have to sit, based off NFL rules, could go to jail. So I mean, it's one of those things. It's difficult. Now the thing about Madden though is as long as he's on a depth chart, he can play. So we're not gonna. If he goes to jail in real life, he's still gonna be able to play. Oh yeah, Giovanni said 3 firsts and 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to pay that? I mean, and Deshaun Watson's a great quarterback, but.
Well, and here's the other thing, like the team that has really been rumored to be wanting Deshaun with Miami, they have a solid quarterback. It's not like Tua is a terrible trash can. Like, he's young, he's developable, he's showed he was a pretty solid quarterback last year. I don't know why you would want to give up on him so soon.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tua, he might not be a franchise quarterback, but he's definitely not someone you're going to give 3 firsts and 2 seconds for an upgrade for. You know what I mean? He's definitely good enough to not need to do that.
Yeah. And we have made contact with Jessic Jr., so he is going to be making his pick here in just a second, and we will wait for him. And that, just like that, is Ing. So it's not the team that we thought it would be, but then again, it's not one of the bottom teams that we expected to go 31-32. And that is, he is going to go play with Saquon and Danny Dimes and be a New York Giant for the cycle.
I think that's a great pick for Sick. I think he was expecting way worse, and to get someone like the Giants who aren't in a horrible position, I think that's a good pick. Once again, I would have taken Broncos. I'm still shocked, but Giants are a good pick.
Yeah, and especially you've got, with him coming back as a Pro Bowler, he is going to have a little more freedom to make some trades.
Absolutely.
Which is always a huge, huge thing. And here we are. We're down to the final 3. We've got Denver, Detroit, and Houston. Definitely 2 teams that I thought would be here, and 1 team that I kind of expected to go a little earlier than what they did. But nonetheless, here we are, and last 3 teams of the draft.
And I am just waiting on a response on Discord, so you cannot see it. But I'm just waiting on a response there. He has made contact, so he is around. He just has to finalize his answer. So with that, you bring up a good point, though. The prospects, they can't trade a lot, right? I mean, that's just known facts. They can't trade a lot till season 2. So
they can't trade anything until the off season.
So with that being said, the Buccaneers are going to be rolling with Tom Brady for a year. Obviously, they have to. But who do you think that hurts the most out of the picks that we've seen so far? I think Raiders need some trades. I think Rams need some trades. But who do you think hurts the most?
I mean, I think there's an obvious answer here, and that's going to be the Saints. I think with their cap situation, and not being able to move a guy like Alvin Kamara for that future, that is going to be really, really difficult to try and build off of.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what the cap penalty is to release Hill? Is it big?
I honestly don't. Because
it's got to be big, though.
I was going to say it's got to be pretty large.
Yeah.
It's just not even a team that I never really considered it.
Yeah, me either. I didn't even start a franchise with them because I knew they weren't. I wasn't going to take them top 11 even if I got picked 11. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Taysom Hill, he's 67 overall.
Oof.
90 speed though. 90 speed, 84 throw power. I mean.
80 what throw power?
84.
84.
I mean, you could try and move him to tight end.
Yeah.
But that's about all you can do with him other than drop him.
A lot of, I mean, you could run a 2-quarterback set, but it would be pretty obvious what you were doing when you brought Taysom Hill in.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, the pick is in, and no surprise whatsoever, the Broncos are being taken off of the board at 30, which is a giant shock.
Yep.
I mean, Buccaneers are Patriots, Buccaneers, Broncos, the shocks of the draft, in my opinion.
Yep, keep bringing up my pick.
You know I gotta.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was a no-brainer at this point. Denver definitely has a much better roster, not only today, but also 7 seasons from now. They have the better outlook.
Absolutely.
So I just don't. I don't see how you couldn't take them there at 30.
I agree, 100%. Now, I believe Sparrow is going to be joining us in the interview, if I'm not mistaken. He joined the Discord, so I'm pretty sure he is. So before then, if you were pick 31, who are you going?
See, it is such a gamble. At this point, because it's like, yeah, you want to immediately say Houston and be like, you know what, I've got Deshaun Watson, I have a quarterback for the cycle, I can build everything else off of him. Or you go Detroit and you have a little bit better of a team overall, but you don't have that franchise quarterback to start with. You know, is DeAndre Swift a franchise running back? You know, I'm not sure about that either. What about yourself?
I would go Lions. I think they have a little bit more upside because of the draft picks. I think they do still have a few people they need to release for cap issues. I think they still have a lot of overpaid players. But I also really like their tight end, TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
I think he's their only franchise player at this point.
Yep. All right.
So if it were me, I would definitely go Lions.
Well, the pick is in off of Discord. He is unable to join us. He is still in the hospital with his wife after having a kid today, so congrats to him.
So just to announce, he has 5 children.
Yes. So he made today out to be no big deal, just another day at the hospital. But he will be going to the Motor City and taking over the Detroit Lions. Congrats to him. Pick number 31. And that obviously leaves 1 pick left. And, you know, the Mr. Irrelevant version of the team draft, the Houston Texans, go into pick 32. You know, he has Deshaun Watson. You know, can he build off of that? Will be interesting. The nice thing is that everyone right now is here day 1 of the cycle. Will be able to build your team however you want as long as you stay the course and you move up in rank. So yeah, everyone, let's have a great cycle. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to, you know, getting to know all of the newer faces. And excited to get going once the scouting update comes out. Hopefully EA does release some more information here soon. But yeah, obviously, other than the Patriots going 3rd, what are some surprises?
Bears first is a surprise. Chiefs 10 surprise. Of course, the Jags, the Bills, the Packers, Chargers. They're all surprises to me. The biggest surprise, obviously, like I said, other than just fucking with you, Patriots is a surprise. But I can understand why. I mean, you wanted to pick your team. You picked the best available last year. So this year you wanted to take it back and just pick your favorite team. That's respectable. But the Buccaneers, I think, is the shock of the draft, truly.
Yeah, I mean, they fell so far, and I'm absolutely shocked by that. Alright, let's do this. Where are you? Okay, and for anyone wondering, the owner roster in the database is still is completely updated with all 32 teams. We will be posting a draft recap screen of all the teams here probably tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Huge shout out to my co-host here, Primetime. Assisted me a ton the past few weeks, past month of getting this set up and jumping on and talking through the picks and kind of helping me out here. So thank you, man. Greatly appreciated. Hope everyone really enjoyed it, and look forward to the cycle and some big things coming out of Essen.
Absolutely. Was fun.
Alright, so let's see. To wrap this up, let's possibly... He isn't on. Alright, so we are just going to call it a night. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. I think we popped out at maybe 36, 37 viewers at one point earlier. So thank you everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please, any feedback you have, give it to me. Greatly appreciated. Detroit, thank you for the follow. And actually, with that, we are going to jump into a different screen to do my follow alert. That is not my follower alert. That's my follower alert. So we'll just enjoy that.
And the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
All right, thank you everyone. We are going to call it a night. Enjoy the rest of your Monday and look forward to seeing everyone on the field.